We are now 6 months into the Nancy Guthrie mystery, and a new ransom message is adding another twist. TMZ recently received a note from someone claiming to know who took her. Here's Harvey Levin, the TMZ founder.
They're saying they have video, and for 1 Bitcoin, they will lead authorities to the safe place where they can find this phone. They will give them the password, and that they will get both the videos and the name and address of the 2 kidnappers. We've been in constant touch with the FBI over this person, and we know they are trying to find out who it is. So it's not like they're dismissing this person out of hand, but at the same time, they're not paying the Bitcoin, so they must be suspicious that it could be a fraudster.
Well, in response, the FBI released this statement. The FBI and its task force partners have received several ransom notes over the course of this investigation. Some have been deemed to be extortion attempts without legitimacy. Other ransom demands may potentially be legitimate and are still being investigated as such. Let's bring in Nicole Parker, Fox News contributor and a former FBI special agent. What do you make of this latest demand for 1 Bitcoin in exchange for some information, Nicole?
Well, we know that this has been happening since day one, from the first time that a ransom note or email, shall we say, was sent. FBI is investigating this investigation as a kidnapping for ransom case. We know that the Pima County Sheriff's Office is the lead investigative agency on this case, but the FBI is providing support, and one of their primary responsibilities is to look into these ransom notes and emails. And from day one, we knew that these were either legitimate or they were a hoax, false flag, or extortion. And it could be a combination of both. We know that there are multiple emails and notes that have been sent at this point, but based on the public's understanding, no money has been sent in exchange. And when those requests and demands were sent, we do not believe that any money has been sent at this point. So far, we do know that one man has pled guilty, though. He pled guilty to sending a fake or imposter note to the Guthrie family. He was a man out of California, so we know that that is happening. But this is very much an ongoing investigation. And really how it works, I know when I was in the FBI working violent crime, it's not exactly what the public always wants to hear, but it really kind of was a one-way street in many instances. We take information, but many times we do not give information because it could compromise an ongoing investigation unless we are in need of the public's assistance to solve the case, which in this investigation they have said over and over, if you have any tips or information, call 800-CALL-FBI, and that continues to be the case. If you have any information, someone here in our country or in our world, regardless of where they may be, somebody knows what happened, and someone does need to report this instance. This family, the grieving loved ones of people who go through these violent crime incidents, there is never, ever closure, John. There is no closure. You cannot heal a broken heart. And when you have no answers, there's no way to even grieve. And so they don't really know what's going on, and they deserve rights. They have answers, and they need answers. And that's the victim-centered approach of law enforcement. Your primary role and responsibility in law enforcement, in my capacity as an FBI agent, was to uphold the Constitution. But mostly all, I cared about helping victims and helping them in their darkest moment. This family deserves answers.
Kash Patel is the FBI director, of course, and he echoes what you had to say about the FBI being in a supportive role. Here he is answering some questions about the case. Listen.
Reporting that the ransom notes that were sent regarding Nancy Guthrie's disappearance are fake. Are you able to confirm that those have been determined to be fake?
I'm not going to comment on that. We are continuing to assist that investigation. We've always been in an assist role. It's a state matter being led by the state authorities.
But then when, reporters have been asking questions of Chris Nanos, the sheriff, who is the lead agency in this investigation, according to Kash Patel. Here's what Nanos has to say. He says, throughout this investigation, the Pima County Sheriff's Department has received information regarding potential ransom notes related to the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie. Any questions regarding alleged ransom notes should be directed to the FBI. It kind of sounds like a little bit of buck passing going on here. What do you say, Nicole?
It certainly does seem that way, and it sounds that way. You know what, at the end of the day, if law enforcement had a suspect or they had a person of interest, typically you do not reveal that information. You want to keep everything under wraps until there is someone in handcuffs, again, unless they are in need of the public's assistance or if someone is currently in danger. And so I think that in this instance, they are continuing to work behind closed doors. This will not go away. This investigation is not one that they're going to, put to the side. Full force, all hands on deck has to continue to happen until there are, I want someone in handcuffs. That's the bottom line. I want to see somebody in handcuffs. And the family deserves this. And frankly, the American people have been following this investigation. They deserve answers as well. We need justice to be served.
But in
order to heal and to continue moving forward, you have to have some sort of answer to even possibly move forward in any sense at all.
As you know from your time investigating violent crimes, if it doesn't get solved in the first 48 hours, the chances of solving it go way down. You're convinced that this case is going to be resolved?
Look, there are investigations that we still don't have answers to. I look at JonBenet Ramsey. That was 30 years ago. That was back in 1996. Heartbreaking for the family. People, like I said, law enforcement, you cannot give up. We don't give up. And I'm telling you, the people that want to solve this more than anyone are those that are being tasked to work on it. I promise you, they are working day and night on this case and investigation. But I think that we can all agree that there were some stumbling blocks from the get-go. And I'm not here to point fingers. I'm not on the case. But I can tell you, law enforcement, you need to work together. They should have been working together with the FBI from the beginning. Egos need to be put to the side, and victim-centered approach is always the most important. Let's pray for the Guthrie family. Let's continue to, keep praying for law enforcement. They've got to get this solved. That's it.
Yeah. They need a break, that's for sure. Nicole Parker, formerly with the FBI, thank you.
Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.